Hey everybody, here visiting this awesome, great setup here, Wildfire Retics. Just moved out of Colorado, and I'll let you take it away.
How's it going, guys? My name is Weston Winter. I run Wildfire Retics. I started the program, the breeding program about 3 years ago. I've been keeping retics for close to a decade. It's a common misconception a lot of people have about wildfires that like we just started with all this. And in terms of breeding, yes, I did, but like I said, I've owned retics for close to a decade. Just moved out here to Park City, like Jay-Z said. I'm here in the new facility that we are still getting set up. It's pretty close to where we want it, but not quite. Many of you guys who know me know I'm a bit of a perfectionist with things, so we're still doing some work around here to get things where we want it.
Well, I can tell you this, it looks absolutely amazing. Definitely see why I picked this place for sure, and really look forward to see some really cool stuff.
This is Scar, aptly named because of that crazy head marking that she came out of the egg with. Almost like she's trying to be a scaleless or something.
Crazy.
Yeah, I haven't personally seen it before. A couple of my buddies in the industry have seen stuff like that, but I have not, and I thought it was super unique. And I always like keeping animals that have, something different about them. So That's why I kept her. She is a caramel sunfire, which is exactly what I was aiming to produce. From her clutch, I bred a OG female to an OG sunfire male, and I got 2 females and quite a few males actually, which we still have some for sale.
Yeah, she's lucky. Yeah, she's on me.
So the thing, I mean, pies are gorgeous, man. They just the attitudes until they get a little bit older.
So that's been the case that you've seen that pies.
It has, and I'll get one of their I've got their half brother and half sister over there in a rack that are a little bit over a year, and you'll see like they're sweethearts. Like, they're super easy, and they were just like this when they came out of the egg. Like it's true with baby retics. A lot of times you just got to take the bites. So these are some of the lemon glows I made this season, and these guys are double het anery and anthrax.
Oh, that's awesome. Anthrax is great.
Yeah, and you can see the heavy granite back pattern on these guys, and like it was pretty obvious which ones are had anthrax and which ones aren't. But yeah, these guys, this was a really interesting clutch. We lost quite a few, unfortunately, and it wasn't like they hatched out of the eggs. Mm-hmm. Some of them pipped on their own, and then literally they were just coming out of the eggs and dying. And I genuinely don't know what happened. It's actually why I haven't advertised any of these guys for sale yet. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make sure that they were good to go before I offered them for sale, which they all are. They're all thriving. They're all eating great now. This is these are the snakes that everybody always wants to see.
The infamous Lucy's?
Yep, the infamous Lucy's. Come on, buddy. So these guys are all just over a year old now. And this is Chapo. Chapo just shed. And as you can see, I mean, so a couple of these guys has like a very little faint spots of platinum on their back that have come through, which I personally haven't seen on Lucy's before, but I'm not upset about it. As you can see, I mean, for the most part, he is pretty much stark white. His brothers, his one brother and the rest of his sisters are all pretty much the exact same. And the fact that they're all still alive, that's what I'm most thrilled about.
Right.
So I've been very deliberate with these guys. They have only eaten live pre-killed prey, mm-hmm. and I have only fed them once I see visible defecation.
Yep.
And that's the thing. I personally think the reason why a lot of these guys die, mm-hmm. if you think about retics in the wild, they do not grow at the rates that we grow them in captivity. No. Just not even close.
Yep.
And I think especially, okay, bud, well, there you go.
Well, you can't call it a retic day without that, right?
That's right, man. They're always going to let something loose. The thing that I truly believe is that we grow these snakes entirely too fast. And that is why the Lucy's end up dying. They are prone to the GI tract issue. Mm-hmm. But again, these guys have all been perfectly healthy. I hatched out 10 of them. I have 7 right here. One is with my good buddy Paul Lucas in Maryland. That one's still alive and thriving. One did perish at right about 6 months old, but it never got going. I was force feeding it for the first probably 4 months, and then I gave up force feeding it, and it just didn't make it. The other one, unfortunately, is status unknown. I don't know whether it's alive or dead. The guy that got it hasn't kept me updated, and so it's just the way it goes. But again, I didn't do this breeding to sell these guys. I did it because this was a dream snake of mine for like 7 years, and to produce them and own all of these guys is a dream come true. So,
Absolutely, yeah. There's something about just this big white snake. Like,
but yeah, we don't have a whole lot in this grow up rack right now, obviously, besides the Lucy's, and they're getting ready for upgrades. As any retic breeder will tell you, it's a never ending process with cages and racks.
Right.
Like, it's just constant upgrades. These are some of our grow up racks. I've 40 quarts, CB70s, our Christmas tree tub racks. There's actually a couple of breeder males in these Christmas tree tub racks. It works well. It's about the same floor space as a 4-foot cage, and obviously takes up a whole lot less room than a stack of 4-footers. So we'll go through some of these guys. So this dude is super interesting. He's basically just a trophy snake.
I can see why.
I made this guy almost, actually right about 2 years ago now. So
Holy moly.
For everyone who says that retics only grow crazy quick and he's going into shed and his jaw's all loopy, but this is Two-Face. And Two-Face, aptly named, has literally two sides to his face. So he is a Moschino golden child, and he's a paradox, obviously.
Definitely a paradox for a GC. Holy moly!
And I will show you his clutchmate sister that I have as well. He's a really funky eater. He probably eats 1 in every 3 meals, which is part of why he's so small. Actually, if we walk over here for a second, you can see that's his clutchmate sister in that cage.
Okay then.
So you can see he doesn't have near the size. I actually have 5 of his. From this clutch, I kept 5 animals. Wow. So that's how awesome the clutch was. But he obviously is, like I said, he's a trophy. The fact that I made him, and he was actually came out of the very first clutch of eggs I ever fully did myself in-house. Wow. So when he came out, I was just like, I don't know what you are, but yeah, he's super cool. So Nikita is also a production of mine. She is just over a year old, so she is half sister to those pieds I pulled out a minute ago. And as you can see, she doesn't have near the attitude that they did.
Just comes with age and handling.
Handling and age. So she is actually a platinum golden child pied tiger. She was a world's first when I made her. I thought she was a world's only. Her brother, who I thought was just a GC pied, then turned out to be a platinum GC pied and didn't show it until he got to be about 8-9 months old. Wow. So as far as I know, they're still the only 2 in the world. Produced this guy. This is a Ternate Island locality retic. He was produced by Rodney Boalick. This is a male. He's about 18 months old now. He can have a bit of an attitude sometimes. He's not the most friendly snake, so that's why I tend to use a hook with him. But I got him for 2 reasons. One, he's pure wild caught blood. So both his parents were pure wild caught. Number 2, the pattern that he has for just a normal is absolutely incredible. So, one of the problems that we have in the retic industry, obviously, is we can't import any more fresh blood from the wild. And so all these morphs that we have, while they're cool and I love the look of them, they're all interrelated one way or another. And so I have been gradually bringing in different locality blood that I can intersperse and sort of break up the monotony of the morphogenetic lines that are all pretty much the same, therefore to keep my own collection healthy. So, but back to the morphs. So this, he just pooped. Lovely. Thanks, bud. So this is my perfect pie, and I just did a video with him the other day.
I love that.
This is Dynamo. Dynamo, I produced last year. He's right about 16, 17 months old. He is a platinum pied tiger. You can see the platinum trying to come through on his back right there.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that continues to glow up and get even brighter. That would be absolutely awesome. But again, you can see temperament-wise, he's totally chill. He was just like his half brother and sister when he was a baby, wanted to bite everything. And, you know, he learned after some time that, you know, he wasn't going to hurt me. And so we have an understanding now, but he's I'm super, super proud of this animal. And I cannot wait to use him to make some more pieds just like him. That to me, the 50%, you know, white to grayish silver background, like that to me is perfect.
I love the kind of mid to low white pieds.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next little part of this little series where we see the bigger snags.